Hi, this is Rabbi Shmuel Kopel. Thanks for watching. I just want to mention a few things. I want to start out with the general question, are conspiracies worth it? Now, there's two parts to that question. Number one is, are conspiracies true? And the second point is, does it have any value to you as an individual? Before we begin to this discussion, I would like to ask you to do me a favor. If you haven't yet done it, please click the subscribe button below and then the bell that will appear next to it. If you already see the bell, that means you're already subscribed. Don't worry about it. If you hit the subscribe button, if it's red, you hit the red subscribe button, then you hit the bell, you will be notified every time I upload a new video. I will be trying to upload more videos than I used to. Of course, I am highly motivated by you watching this and by you sharing this. So if you like the content, please share this with anybody and everybody that you can. The more views on my video, the more likely I am to upload a new video. Of course, that's what motivates me. You watch it, I'm happy, I put up another video. Now, let's go on to the concept of conspiracy theories. Now we're in the time of COVID. A lot of conspiracy theories are coming out, or some old conspiracy theories may be surfacing, etc. The One World Order, George Soros, the big banks, the big money, the big government control, etc. Now, there's actually a very good reason why these theories are becoming more popular in the time of COVID. Well, every single government on the planet pretty much have been taking away freedoms from people that people thought they deserved or they owned. Like, for example, the right to walk in the street. Everybody thought if I want to walk in the street, I could walk in the street. During COVID, there were times that you're not allowed to walk in the street. You can get a fine, you can get arrested for walking in the street. And that's just a small example of what's going on these days, because many governments in many different situations are prohibiting regular citizens from doing what they normally could do. Now, are they doing so with a just cause, which means are they truly trying to protect people from getting the COVID virus and possibly dying, etc.? Or are they just overreaching? I would like to suggest another suggestion, and this is just a suggestion. I believe that in this type of situation, it is much easier for a government to be strict than it is to be lenient. So if the government comes out and makes all sorts of restrictions, even if you disagree with them, you're likely to say, okay, but it's COVID and maybe people are dying, so they're being they're overdoing it. But at the end of the day, they're doing their job. What would happen the other way around? What would happen if they're too liberal and they just let you do whatever you want in this time of COVID, and then many people die? Say, for example, one of your relatives, God forbid, dies. Now you think about that politician. They should have done more. So politicians are faced with this very interesting dilemma. If they're too strong and if they're too strict, well, they might be telling you, they might be prohibiting you from doing something that you really should be able to do, right? On the other hand, if they're not strict enough and something happens to you or one of your loved ones, you will blame it on them. So I think that most politicians are being extra cautious because it's worth it for them from a political perspective. It is worth it for them to be extra strict. That's just a theory, and the way I see it from a political perspective, I think it's definitely more beneficial for a politician to be strict in this era than it is to be lenient. That being said, I want to move on to the general idea of conspiracy theories that are going around. Could they be true? Anything could be true. Okay, from a Kabbalistic perspective, it's very likely that everything's just an illusion. There's actually a discussion whether everything we see is just an illusion, or is there some reality to what we see? Are you living in a dream or not? As a matter of fact, if you were to go to sleep and have a dream, it is very possible that you could believe that your dream is actually real when you're in your dream. And when you leave your dream, when you wake up, you'll realize retroactively it was a dream. So all of reality could be challenged and could be doubted. And so is it possible that there's some major organization that is trying to take us over and persecute us and take away our rights and take away our freedom? Could be. Could it be that somebody is just making that up just to scare you because they get kicks out of just getting people scared? Also could be. As a matter of fact, I've met many people who literally enjoy freaking people out. Like my counselor in camp. We used to go on we used to have a bonfire, we used to go camping, and the counselors would love telling us these scary stories and trying their best to convince us that these so scary stories were so true because they just like scaring the pants out of us. And it's very possible that there's people like that out there that just keep on, plugging this idea to get you scared. As a matter of fact, it is very possible that there is certain elitist organizations that feel that they don't have enough power. And because they don't have enough power, they want to scare you into thinking that you don't have power. Because if you don't think you have power, then they have more power. I'll give you an example. If right now you think that you as a private citizen, through your vote and through your influence, could really make a difference, well, then perhaps you could really make a difference. What happens if you don't think you can make a difference and therefore you don't do anything? Then obviously you can't make a difference because you didn't do anything about it. I would suggest, just to all those people who consider or take seriously the conspiracy theories, is perhaps these very conspiracy theories are perpetrated by people in power who don't want you to challenge their power, and therefore they're convincing you that you have no power, even though they know that you do have power if you try to exercise it. But if they convince you that you have no power and you cannot exercise your power, then obviously they remain in power and they're unchallenged. Now, that being said, I can tell you I've met people in power personally, and it's a common knowledge and pretty well known that people in power will do a lot of things to keep their power, including lie, including cheat, including persecute, as we see. I mean, we have right next door, I'm in Israel at the moment, we have right next door to us Syria, where you have a dictator who literally didn't care that more than a half a million of his own citizens were killed in this bloody battle. And he could have done away with all of that by just maybe switching. They wanted him to step down. If he would have stepped down and put in a puppet, it actually might have worked. But he didn't even try to do that. He just steered his opponents in the face, and he went to a civil war broke out, and a half a million people are dead. Trying to tell you that there's these all-powerful, power-hungry men that are just doing anything that they can to persecute you and to take away your power. Well, as I would say, it's very possible that there's powerful men that want to keep their power by convincing you that you don't have power, right? Whereas if you actually choose to stand up for yourself and you choose to exercise the rights that you already have, it's very possible that you could make change, but these people, the leaders in power, don't want that, so they love these conspiracy theories. And just a conspiracy theory to prove this right is that many of these conspiracy theorists always say how these people, they're killing anybody that goes against them, a bunch of people found dead, etc. For some reason, these conspiracy theorists weren't ever found dead. I've never in my life heard a situation where somebody was spreading conspiracy theories about the one world order, and I met a lot of people that were the one world order, big government, George Soros, Bill Gates. I don't know the name. There's plenty of different names, different conspiracy theories. And so many people on Facebook, on YouTube are uploading videos about these various conspiracy theories. And I've never heard of one of these conspiracy theorists getting killed, right? So they're saying that these people are so powerful they're going to kill you, but they're not killing you. And they're not killing the conspiracy theorists. Why don't we see conspiracy theorists dropping like flies if their conspiracies were true? And therefore, I would highly suggest that some of these conspiracy theories are intentionally made up by people in power and encouraged by people in power to convince little people like you and me that we have no power, even though they know that we do. But we obviously only have power if we exercise it. If we don't exercise our powers, then we're nothing. But again, that's a theory, and that theory is just as provable as any other of the parts of the conspiracy theories. But what I want to put out there specifically about dealing with conspiracy theories, the question really is, what could you do about it? If you hear a conspiracy theory, ask yourself after you hear that conspiracy theory, how exactly did that conspiracy theory change who I am or change what I can do or guide me in what I should do? And if your answer is, it only tells me I'm helpless and I'm nothing and I can't do anything, well, then why are you thinking of the theory to begin with? You used to be happier because you thought that you can do something. You used to be more confident because you thought that you could accomplish something. Now all of a sudden you feel that all life sucks and is worthless because there's just such big powers out there, big organizations out there that we can't do anything about, right? As a matter of fact, as you can probably tell, I'm Jewish, and I'm sure you know the Holocaust, where Hitler basically spread a bunch of conspiracy theory that these big Jews are going to kill you all. Well, if these big Jews were going to kill you all, then why didn't they kill Hitler? And why didn't they kill any of his men? The reason is because it was BS. And somehow it convinced the German population of the time that Jews had to literally be killed. Well, I don't ever remember anybody if the Jews had any power in Germany at the time, if they had any power, if they had any true will to kill people and to control people, they should have at least been able to kill some of Hitler's surrounding members. You don't really hear any stories of some Jewish mob somehow whacking Hitler's second-hand man, third-hand man, fifth-hand man, tenth-hand man. You don't have that because it didn't exist, right? So what it did is it convinced people that there's this horrible thing that we need to attack, and they all attacked it. Well, in their situation, at least the conspiracy theory told them that they need to attack something, although they ended up attacking who knows what. I mean, the fact is from my perspective, Germany actually lost World War II because they were attacking the Jews. Who was it? Who came to America was Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was a Jewish person from Germany who came to America because he was running away from the Germans. What did he do? He convinced the government of the United States to develop an atom bomb, which made them win the war. So brains, the Germans wanted to fight these horrible Jews that were coming at them and going to get them and going to clamp on them and this and that. And what did they do? They ended up destroying themselves. You know why? Because they accepted a conspiracy theory that had no basis, that made no sense. Because if it did make sense, they should have seen the conspiracy theorists dropping dead. I've never seen any of these big conspiracy theories about that. If Soros and Bilderberg and whatever, all these big names that you hear out there, if they're so powerful and so strong, why are those conspiracy theorists still alive if they're so strong and they can easily just take out anybody that's against them, right? Use your brains, okay? Be reasonable. connect the dots, etc. But that's not the point really that I want to bring out. The point that I want to bring out to you is that you need to think, is this constructive or is it destructive to you as an individual? If you feel that it is constructive for you, by hearing this theory, it all of a sudden gets you out of bed in the morning and somehow, got you to work or got you to start a business or got you to go campaign for a value that you feel is being neglected and you actually succeed, well, then perhaps there's some value to that theory. If you look back and you say that all this theory did was damage me, make me feel full of anxiety, full of stress, full of hatred, full of distrust, and all of a sudden I can't do anything. I can't trust my doctor. I can't trust my lawyer. I can't trust my politician. I can't trust the police. I can't trust anybody. So you sit there and lock yourself in the house because you can't do anything. Then guess what? That conspiracy theory, whether it's true or not, destroyed you. Even if it's true, maybe you could have lived a little nicer for the next year or two till the conspiracy actually happened. Instead, you killed yourself right now. You destroyed yourself right now. You made yourself feel like garbage right now, which means you basically allowed, even if the conspiracy was true, you allowed it to destroy you even before they tried to destroy it. You did the job for them. You did their job. They wanted to destroy you. You destroyed yourself. You made their job easier. Thank you. Very nice. What an accomplishment. And what's if the theory's not true? You just destroyed yourself for nothing. A loser. There's no bigger loser. Destroyed themselves because of a conspiracy theory that wasn't even true. Right? So your whole life, you're all scared and you're anxious and you get a heart attack and who knows what, just because somebody made up some baloney story. Again, I'm not saying conspiracies are true or not. I want to conclude by that. I'm not saying conspiracy theories are true or not. All I'm saying is that you need to consider, what are these conspiracy theories doing to you as an individual? Are they helping you? Are they enhancing your life? Are they making you happier, healthier, more successful, more wealthy, better, having better family relations? Whatever it is that's positive, if that's helping you, then okay, I must admit that perhaps there's a point to actually engaging in these conspiracy theories. That's if that's the situation. But if it's the other way around, then I'm sorry, you're whatever. I don't want to call you, because whoever's looking at the screen right now, you're probably not going to be very happy if I call you a loser. So not you're a loser. Those people are a loser. Whoever allows a conspiracy theory to destroy their lives and to bring them down and to damage their current life, they are a loser, because even if the conspiracy theory is true, they're doing the job for them. That's even if it's true. And if it's not true, they're a double loser because they destroyed their life for nothing. Now, once again, I would really ask you, if you appreciate this video, first of all, subscribe, like, share with all your friends. I'm motivated to do these videos by the amount of views on the video. I see a lot of views, I make more videos. So do me a favor. You liked it? Pass it around to all your friends. Get them talking, get them thinking, and let's make this world a better place. You and me and you, everybody together. Mashiach now. See you next time.